Welcome back to the ZRL Round 4 Race 2. This is the classic 4 laps. The bike I'm using today is the Specialized S-Works Tarmac SL08. It's only at level 3 though, but I still think it's the best one I got so far. The wheels are the Wake 6560 in white because I already bought them before the red ones came out. So it's a pretty quick start. It does ease off pretty easy. I don't think anybody wanted to go too fast out the gate. So as you can see on the first lap, we're just about to start it. We're going to pick up a draft. We're still in the front pack, which is pretty good for me. I'm usually mid-pack. So the first hill right there in the center is going to start. This is where you got to decide if you want to go full out on the first lap or every second lap, trying to get as much points as you can. It's all a strategy game, but at the end of the day, I had no strategy. I was just going to play my race as best I could. And my thinking on this one was stay with the front pack as much as you can and just push every single lap. I wanted to go for finishing points rather than points through sectional or sprint. I'm not really a sprinter, and I'm not really a climber. So the climb part for me is where they catch me. There's no denying that. I need to be at least, I would say, 20 seconds ahead to actually keep my position at the top by the time we get to the top of this hill. As we start this ascent, you can see the pain is slowly gonna kick in. They're gonna go past me. It's inevitable. Me and climbing, we're not best friends. But we tried to give it a go. We tried to keep up with the front pack. So on the second half of this climb, as you can see right now, this is where they start pushing. They fly past me. It's like I'm going in reverse here. But we try to keep up with the front pack as best we can. I mean, we're pushing, we're trying to push up there 500 watts, back down to 300, 250, trying to find that rhythm. That's the hardest part for me going up climbs. We ended up back in 11th place right now. So we've got to get back into the front 5. So we really got to push it here. This is where the burn really kicks in. It's not a very high ascent, but it's quite long. So the burn in the legs are quite significant. And then you got that little kicker just at the top. Just as we breach the top of this hill, we got a little bit of a downhill part. This is where I need to make up time. This is where I need to make up positions. Let my weight work for me. Downhill with my weight is where I can really catch up. I'm about 3 seconds behind the next one. As this kicker comes up now, you're going to see a couple of them pass me, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I know that's coming. Just as we get over the top of that crest of the kicker, I stand up and give it a little push just to get over that little top part. Now the downhill part's coming. Now this is where I need to move. This is where I need to catch up spaces. I'm currently in 10th place. So after a few seconds recovery and a quick sip of water, I pop that aero. This is where I'm going to try and catch up. I'm not pushing too many watts because I'm trying to balance between catching up and a little bit of recovery. Still got to do that hill a couple more times before the end of this race. So we catch a few up on the way down. So just as we reach the bottom of this hill, we're still in 8th place. But now we've got the sprint coming up. As you can see, a few people shoot past us trying to get the sprint. I'm not really going for the sprint. I'm just trying to keep up with the front pack. So I push up a few watts here. We're hitting around, 500, 600 watts, trying to keep up. Not really going for the points because they are much faster than me for sure. Sprinting is not my thing. But so as we're coming to the end of the first lap, we're about to cross the banner. Now I still have a feather at this point, and my thinking behind it is save that feather for the climb. So I'm at the start of the second climb. You can see I've dropped a few more watts, trying to pick up a few more places. I still have the feather to use. My thinking on this one is maybe use it on the second part of the climb when it starts to get really tough. So we're catching up to 10th place here. So just in front of us is the lead pack. I still have my feather. I'm saving that for when I really need it. So we drop a few watts here, trying to get reattached to the lead pack. Just as we get to the pack, we're on the middle of that 5.56% incline. I stand up, drop a few watts just to get myself over the top of the incline. In doing so, I push myself into first place, which sounds great, but in reality, I really want to be in the middle, around 4th, 5th place, trying to get some draft wherever I can, trying to save a few watts. So just as we get to the second part of this climb, you can see they start to overtake me again. They drop the feathers. I decide to drop my feather, try and do a little bit more watts, try and keep up with them. I've got a little bit of draft now, which is helping me. As you see, we're all bunched up again. So nothing really happened for 2 laps, just yo-yoing between 8th place, 3rd place, up and down the whole way. But now it's the last lap. It's do or die. It's go for it. It's go all out, balls to the wall. I'm already way over my FTP. Heart rate's up there. It's been averaging around 160 the whole race. Tired, and I've got the hill for the one last time. But I know it's one last time, and I have a feather still in the bag, ready to use. This is where I turn the music up, get my head down, and try and get onto that 2nd place wheel. So at this point, 2nd place is 4 seconds in front of me. It's looking tough. We're halfway through the final lap. 3 kilometers to go, and still got that 1 kicker climb. Dig deep, start to drop a few watts. Still got the feather to use. So it's not impossible, but it's going to be a hard push. So at this point, I decide to use the feather, drop as much watts as I can just to get over the top of this hill, and make a few seconds up on 2nd place. He's pushed back out to 4 seconds ahead again. So at this stage, I'm 7 seconds ahead of the person behind me, and I'm still 3 seconds behind 2nd place. I've got the downhill, I've got an aero, and I've got weight on my side. Now it's time to push to the end. Only 2 kilometers to go. The harder I push now, the more matches I'm burning, but I've got no choice. It's go for it or get dropped. So I'm catching him up slowly, just about to go past. At this point, I'm thinking, maybe I can actually just power through and carry on going. Maybe he's run out of steam. But as you can see, he hasn't. He sticks on my wheel. Every time I think I'm going to get a few, meters on him, he powers back. He's 9 meters behind me, 10 meters behind me now, and you will see in a couple of 100 meters, he's back on my wheel. I just couldn't shake him for this part. The downhill was where I really would have shined. I've still got the aero. Should I have popped it on the downhill? Maybe. Should I save it for the sprint at the very end? Probably. I'm not a sprinter. I don't really have a sprint in me. Maybe it would have been smart to use that on the downhill. But, you know, ifs and buts and maybes, you never know. So just before I get to that banner, I realize I still have my boost. So I use the aero boost, knowing that I'm going to get another boost as I go through the banner. Problem was, I forgot you get the feather on that banner. The feather is useless for me right now on the last 600 meters. That's where I made a mistake. I just used the feather because I ended up using the feather just to throw it away. I got no reason to keep it. I got no reason to use it. But at this point, now it's the last 500 meters. He's 15 meters behind me. I'm thinking that, you know, if I keep up my watts, I will be good. But I know it's going to come down to a sprint. So now it's coming down to the last 150 meters. I'm pushing as hard as I can, but as you can see, he's pushing, he's sprinting, he's 4 meters behind. Right at the banner, he takes it. I couldn't be more angry at myself at this point. The competitiveness took over. I can't believe I lost it with 0.23 of a second. But that's racing for you. It is what it is. Maybe I should have pushed a little bit harder, a little earlier on, but as you can see, I had nothing left. I was completely done. But there's always the next race. If you like this content, please drop it a like. And if you would like to see more race videos like this, drop a subscribe so you won't miss the next video. Thanks, and see you in the next one.